Okay, Sunday, October 12th, 2025, Virginia Beach, Virginia, back in America. you know, yeah, so let me tell you about the trip. So we left Warsaw, I think I think it was 5 o'clock, if I remember right, or 3 o'clock. Yeah, sorry, 3 o'clock. I think by the time we got off the ground, it was 5 o'clock. So they boarded the plane on time, but then they pushed off the gate and we just sat there. Because I don't know if there's air traffic control issues in America because of the government shutdown. But that was our first taste of how things work in the U.S. Some things work really good and some things really don't. So we got to the U.S. We actually got through immigration. My wife got all her stuff taken care of. That was actually very efficient. No additional questions, no hassles really. It was just waiting, but that was understandable. But the line actually moved really fast. Passports stamped, all that good stuff. So we are now, and then we went to Newark, New Jersey. I didn't get a chance to make a video there. I'm still jet lagged as hell, and when we arrived in New Jersey, we were late. We got to the hotel late. The shuttle bus for the hotel showed up late. Everything was late. Then there was no food. My friend Jim dropped in. He brought some food for the baby. We didn't ask for any food for ourselves, but he got me some, snack bar food. He saved me a lot at BlackRock too. Like when I get hungry in the middle of work, and stuff like that. He knew where to get the food. So, yeah, I don't know. Like stuff in America, it's really unhealthy. You go to a snack bar over there, and you want to get something to eat. And it's just all food in boxes, full of chemicals and sugar and everything. And yeah, that was kind of nuts. So yeah, we stayed overnight in the hotel, visited friends, came over, visited Jim, Tom, former boss. One of my wife's friends in Jersey came over, telling her all about the wonders of working in a U.S. daycare. It's something my wife is interested in, is working. It's one of the most thankless, hard jobs you can get. So yeah, but we'll see. So, yeah, then we got down to Virginia Beach. We actually, we came too early to the airport because we thought there was going to be some backups with security or whatever, or some problems, because of all this government shutdown. But we actually got through everything pretty quick. It was like, but we were being pushed, I could have lost a passport. I could have lost tickets, lost my phone. I mean, you just really have to move. It was like something like, first days of officer candidate school. It was really on another level. I'm just wandering around the neighborhoods here in Virginia Beach because the weather is really, really bad. So yeah, just find some place to hide. But yeah, so let's see. We got to Virginia Beach. I got the rental car. Drove to the ocean front. It was like a storm. You can see it's like stormy weather here. It was like dark and raining. So we finally got in around 8 o'clock local time, which feels like, really late Lviv time, and the body is still switching over. So I haven't slept properly, but I thought I'd want to capture this. So yeah, I made it into the U.S., got $310 in my pocket, looking for a new contract, already planning the renovation project. I got to figure out how to set up the GoPro to do time lapse. Yeah, well, and already I went and saw an apartment around here to live in, while we do the renovation on my mom's place, and then, yeah, I think after that renovation is done, we can head up to Delaware, if we're going to stay. Otherwise, we'll just head back to Lviv. It just depends how good of a remote job I get. I got some interviews lined up, but I can already tell you we want to go back, I don't know why, but I do know why. It's just it's really, really hard to do life around here. Like you gotta walk around and a lot if you want to get somewhere. There's nothing really close by. So I had to drive to the supermarket also this morning. I actually got a lot done today. Yeah, I went to the supermarket. Yeah, I spent $100 on groceries that normally I would spend $20 on in Ukraine. So that was no joke. The inflation is no joke. It's really, I mean, I was just buying simple stuff like potatoes, apples, oatmeal, a little bit of chicken, nothing too crazy, no steak. I mean, this was like just basic food, you know, unprocessed vegetables, you know, just like stuff to eat, normal food, lentils and grain. I don't know, we'll have to find out if there's some hacks around here to get this stuff cheaper. But in America, you got to be careful with the meat. You know, the meat is really problematic, that it's been jacked up with hormones and antibiotics. So you have to find the shops that sell like the meat that was raised carefully. Everything is here in America. You just have to look hard. You have to put in some effort to find out where things are. So I went to one of the better grocery stores, Harris Teeter, and they had some of this better quality meat. It was expensive. I think that was 10% of the grocery bill, you know. So yeah, and then yeah, trying to get communications, you know. So that's another harder thing to do here. So they have this like Cox Wi-Fi. It's like, I don't know, like public Wi-Fi or something. It's $20 a week for a pass, but it's not reliable. And I ordered a T-Mobile hotspot. I don't know, probably get that by Tuesday, I hope. But it's not unlimited and high bandwidth like in Ukraine. I mean, this is, like I said, this is going to be like 10 times the price, you know, for the same quality I'm going to be paying, you know, have phone and internet here. You know, it's a really, yeah, it's a nut buster, you know. And then, yeah, and then gas is going to be a new expense that I don't really have much of. So, yeah, I have a, yeah, so I got the phone, yeah, I got the comms, yeah, put down, wrote an application for an apartment that, you know, we'll probably get it. We're just renting, got the good credit. And then, yeah, and what else? Already one of my friends said he's got a lot of the tools I need, you know, so that'll save some money there. You know, it's always good to just borrow tools. You know, people buy tools for like 1 or 2 projects and never use them again, and they just sit in the garage. You know, and that's, yeah, so I want to take advantage of that. You know, I don't want to take advantage of my friends, but I want to take advantage of that principle. You know, and then of course take them out to a steak dinner, you know, for lending me something he's not using, you know, so often. So yeah, that's fair. I think that's fair enough. You know, help the circular economy. And yeah, so here we are. Yeah, Virginia Beach. Tomorrow I'll look at cars. I'm looking at a used Subaru. You know, to get around, we need some wheels. Yeah, the baby is doing amazingly well. She's, you know, I mean, she's jet lagged. Of course, her cycle is off, but she's handled everything really well. I guess we centered the whole trip around her, you know, dragging all these bags. I mean, man, what a family circus. We had 2 full suitcases, 16-kilo, 40-pound baby seat, and then the stroller, and then the carry-on bags, and then the personal items. You know, like my little bag with the passports on. It looks like a man purse. You know, but I have all my passports and money and everything in there, and I can keep it right in front of me and get it, you know, with all this other stuff, gear on me, you know. So, yeah, that's how it is. That's how, now I got to figure out how I'm going to stay in shape, because I can already feel it. You know, I mean, I'm not walking enough. I've been driving around here and there, you know. I mean, one thing you got to do in America is you really got to plan your life. You have to really have a daily plan, you know, so you're not making 5 trips to the supermarket, you know, for everything. So you really have to, you know, be diligent, because you're not only wasting the money, you're wasting the time. You know, sitting around in the car, your focus is on the road and staying alive and not killing anybody, instead of like sitting on the metro and reading a book, or, you know, calming down and relaxing, you know, just, you know, decompressing, you know, like in Europe and Ukraine or wherever. If you walk home in America, you can decompress on the way home, where, you know, if you're a driver, your stress level goes back up, whether you know it or not, you know, and so it postpones your decompression time. But yeah, Yeah, I don't know. It's like I mean, my first initial knee-jerk reaction is we want to go back to Ukraine. You know, I was like, yeah, I was like, really, the other night, I don't know, in the middle of the jet lag, I was really like, man, how do we get back home? You know, it's like like I said, the food situation is hard in America if you want to eat healthy. There's no shortage of food in the U.S. There's a shortage of healthy food. You know, that's the problem. There's a shortage of nutritious, low-cost food, and like everywhere you go, they just ram it down your throat, all the junk food. You know, it's like even just getting water. It's easier to get Coca-Colas than water around here, and yeah, it's a bit nuts. It's like really, really. I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, I guess maybe when the weather changes, you know, and I'm here a few more days and slept a bit better, things will even out, and maybe I'll end up getting stuck here. I don't know. I mean, there is this side of me I have to confess. This is like where I'm from. This is like my hood, the streets, you know, or whatever, Virginia Beach. You know, I'm walking towards the oceanfront area. If I walk, I'll show you behind me, like all the way down this road. This is like in 15 minutes, my feet will be in the sea, in the Atlantic Ocean. But today it's probably not a good idea. I'll get swept out. The surf is really high, and it's not the good kind of surf. It's the kind that takes you to, takes you out into the middle of the ocean and gets eaten by sharks kind of surf. But yeah, that's all I got. I think this is a shorter video today. Yeah, just looping home, just trying to get it out there, what we did, how we got here, you know, initial feelings, you know, yeah, the baby loves being with her grandmother. My mom is really happy to have a baby. Yeah, now already thinking about the remodel job, get the car. Yeah, so many things going on so fast. It's all like light speed. But yeah, I have to say, I guess it's what you make of it here in the U.S. If you want to eat healthy, you can. You just have to work at it. That has to be a priority for you. So everything here in America is really about a matter of how you prioritize. Nothing is done for you. You know, like in Europe, all this public transit and stuff is done for you, and it's the natural way. It's a path of least resistance. But if you want to be healthy, you got to get off the path of least resistance. The path of least resistance in Europe is mostly healthy as far as the body goes. You know, I don't know about the pocketbook and the mind, but at least, you know, keeping yourself physically healthy. But here you got to go out of your way and you got to prioritize it. So I think that's what we'll do. You know, yeah, we just have to work at it. You know, it just requires a little bit extra hard work and some discipline, because it's really easy here to, you know, call Uber Eats and get any kind of food on your door, and it's all just been jacked up with like chemicals and hormones. You know, I mean, even the organic stuff I saw in the supermarket was all jacked up. You know, I mean, you have to really read the labels carefully, and you have to really do your homework, due diligence. Yeah, and you just have to have your head turned on at all times. You can't be lazy here. You know, I mean, I wish I was 30 years younger, knowing what I knew now, but everybody wishes that. That ain't nothing new. But anyway, that's all I got. Short video today. We're here. We're in America. I'll be talking about our journey, how we get set up and get started. Right now, staying with my mom, you know, getting on our feet. I have to get my U.S. driver's license. You know, that's coming up. I have to, yeah, my wife has to get her social security number. You know, and I have to get a car. You know, like I said, we've already, you know, signed up for an apartment. We have to wade through all that application process. So yeah, I guess this initial, you know, hitting the beach running type of thing, you know, I guess we just get through all this like in Belgium. You know, it's probably going to be easier than Belgium, though. It's always hard in the beginning, but I guess compared to Belgium, this is far easier. It doesn't feel like it, but I guess because this is now and Belgium was then, but I suppose this is much easier. We can do everything in English, you know, or Ebonics, or Spanish, whatever your choice of language is. But yeah, I wanted to say too, I found people to be mostly helpful along the way. You know, we were having problems hauling all this luggage. Some stuff fell down. People were helpful, helping us get our things done. Total strangers were really nice. You know, So, yeah, I have to say that's end that on a positive note. That's a nice thing about being in the U.S. is like, yeah, the strangers here are nicer than strangers usually in most other countries. You know, I mean, in Norway, I would say strangers, or Sweden, strangers are pretty helpful, but they don't want to be your friend. They just want to help you because they feel obligated to, and then just, yeah, move on. But here, people like, you know, you can chat for a while, maybe too much. It does eat up a lot of time, all the chatter, you know, chattering with people. But yeah, okay. Yeah, take care, and then we will see you all next time. Bye-bye.